Good evening, friends. Stephen Benoon here with Israeli News Live, and try to get this camera to be still here, so because I shake too much if I hold it. Anyway, listen, I really been working for hours here, the editing of the video that we did with Edgar, and I have finally finished the edits on it. I'm going to be loading this up here on iConnectFX.com. We're going to apply an AI voice to Edgar so that his voice is not distinguishable. And it's really an amazing thing that iConnect has done. We were hoping to use the incognito mode, but for some reason when we did the interview, we could not do the interview with iConnect. For some reason, he couldn't connect into that. And that's actually my fault. It's not the system's fault. I did something wrong when I did when I shared with him the link. So, but it is processing right now. I wanted to just speak to you guys because I know that, well, the tough thing is I won't get it into iConnect until after midnight tonight, and then Elizabeth in the morning and she may even do it tonight. She'll attach the AI voice to it, and then we'll make it go live. And then in the morning, I will connect it here to YouTube so you guys can see it as well. And I don't think the information is too serious to where it can't air here. Of course, we did get whacked off while we were whacked off by the powers that be in our filming process near the end of the broadcast here, and I knew he was touching some sensitive issues, and I think that's why. I mean, I could be speculating on that. Who knows? But I feel like that's one of the reasons why. But we are about an hour. The first part, and this is part one. We're going to do a part two. It's about 1 hour and 20 minutes, so I can't wait to get that uploaded for you. I think it's going to be very insightful, and I'm going to be sharing some information with you guys here soon as well. I am aware of I will tell you this. I do know that the Senate got the satellite phones, but the funny thing is we've had so many satellites knocked out by meteorites that. And we're anticipating that more to happen this summer. Don't forget, that's going to happen again this summer. And by the way, go check out our video there on Patreon. Actually, I've done 2 here recently. One of those is the evidence. There was definitely, I think, about 9 impacts. I'm talking about major impacts here on the Earth that happened in 2020, just as we reported it was going to happen. But we didn't know the information about it. We knew they were hitting the oceans, but we didn't know the actual information until later. And so we did it. We did do a video there on Patreon about that, going back to that. 100% likes on it. That was so nice to see the people on Patreon really support that. I want to get into a teaching this week, too, with you guys. I missed it this past weekend down in Florida. Not because of that, but because we were working on this interview here with Edgar. And so it really consumed a lot of time. And actually, the editing of it took quite a bit of work. It's mainly because, well, there's a couple of things in there. I was trying to close a lot of the gaps. And then we had to pause on multiple occasions so that I could make sure that the questions were posed properly so that we would get the best benefit of his answers on this. Edgar, by the way, I have to tell you, friends, the guy has been spot on things he's told me economically. And not all those things I've shared. One of the things he has told me, and it's something I haven't shared with you guys yet, but I'll go ahead and share it with you now, because we don't talk about it on this video. We were going to, but when we got knocked off by the powers that be, we had to wait on this subject. But gold and silver is a big issue he told me about. He said gold and silver is not going to have a value. Not that it wouldn't have a value, but they're going to intentionally make it not have a value. Another thing, too, that might be a little bit more comforting for you guys to know is that the collapse of the economy is not going to come about so easily. As we've said to you before, it'll take either a big war or some kind of major impact on the Earth by some kind of massive asteroid, which I don't see that happening anytime too soon. The war, yes. War could easily spiral out of control. But the way I keep hearing things is the whole planet is so propped up by the dollar, it's very difficult for them just to knock the dollar off and put something in its place. So some of these people I've talked to have really have shared with me that the collapse of the dollar, they don't expect it to be this year, but they're actually looking at it going into next year before we actually see that. And quite frankly, with the new election, with Trump and everything, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Trump's not going to try to save the day and everybody think that they got the hero back in power. We'll have to wait and see, though. A lot of things going on, and a lot of things to share with you. And so please just be patient with me. Like I said, I'm processing this now. It's a very slow process because we have to use photo images there instead of video image. So anyway, you'll see it soon enough. God bless you, and thank you for listening. Stephen Ben-Nun here with Israeli News Live. Have a great evening. And also, thank you for supporting this channel. We really appreciate it. You can do so at IsraeliNewsLive.org right there online. Our mailing address, all that is right there for you as well. God bless.